Paul, married to Katie, got 2 boys, Charlie and Sam, originally from Liverpool. We live in Faversham now, and we are moving into a brand new stage in our career. You know, we've both worked in advertising for 20, 25 years. We're looking to bring those skills that we've developed there, Katie on the creative side of things, a creative strategist, me on the commercial and business operations side of it. So my aha moment or eureka moment was probably about 4 years ago, before starting the last job in advertising I was doing with NBC Universal. It just felt like those jobs were becoming very samey, and I was craving kind of the autonomy of running my own thing. It felt like the opportunity with the managed franchise with Revive was perfect to tap into the skill sets that I've developed over my kind of corporate career. No other franchise came close to offering the opportunity that I felt was right for what I was looking for, and also harnessing kind of previous experience. It was probably the first thing that I discovered in the franchise space, and it seemed like there was a lot of consultancy stuff where you are hands-on doing the day-to-day work. There was a lot of cleaning businesses, there was care homes, and none of it felt right. Revive was the only one that just jumped out right from the very beginning to tick all boxes. And there's a bit of me that's well, why didn't I do it 4 years ago? But I'm a big believer in kind of things happen at the right time, at the right moment, and when it feels right, go for it. Centralised support was really important because I haven't run my own business before. It was super clear in how to set up a company, from creating VAT, registration, to things that you just wouldn't think about, you know, registering for waste or ICO. Everything was just there, and the support from head office, everything from, you know, marketing, finance, recruitment, uniforms, the vans, getting them all kitted out, everything all taken care of, and it feels like your hands being held all the way through, even though it's your own business and you're driving it. So the support, and then the expectation of what the franchisee has to put in to make it successful, I felt was just perfect for the skill sets that both I and Katie bring to the table. I think there's an element of a safety net when you're coming into such a successful franchise brand like Revive, because you can look at all of the other franchisees for a start, but you can also look at the business, how it's developed over the 30 years that it's been going itself, from one van on the road to becoming the kind of national #1 brand for smart repair. And it's tried and tested. So, you know, everything from the Excel spreadsheet business model that's sent through, you can believe in it. And then doing your own research on top of that, it gives you confidence that the market's there, the ability to scale based on the addressable market, the proven concept of Revive and smart repair as an industry, as opposed to having to start something from the ground and build it all the way up, your own branding, your own product, your own offering, and having to do everything on your own. So I think it's the collaborative nature and playing into some of the values of, you know, or one kind of the unity element of Revive's pillars. It's felt like team effort from the very start, but obviously you're the person making the ultimate decision on what direction you're going to go in, how you're going to drive that business. I'm over the moon with the support from Revive head office, from every single element of it. I couldn't really have asked for any more in terms of support, all the way through from Catherine's first kind of conversation as a potential franchisee, all the way through to agreeing, signing the contract, paying a management fee, and getting started and being up here on the first day for training. There's obviously the induction, the start. So you get a feel for head office and what the vibe is, and it's really collaborative, very kind of open door policy. Everyone's there to help, so it extends that. When you see that face to face as opposed to being written down, it's a different type of experience. You buy into it more, don't you? So I think that was really important. The opportunity to be able to learn online is beneficial, as opposed to kind of yo-yoing up and down or having to stay in hotels locally. And then the self-learning bit is great because you've always got that to go back and refer to, as opposed to scribbled notes. You know, you can go and spend time watching a 10, 12-minute video recapping on bits that you need. So instead of always having to either pick up a phone to someone, you can go and do that, and you feel a bit more autonomous in terms of learning and researching areas that you may not feel as comfortable with. So I think the blend of in-person, tutorial-led stuff online, and also kind of Teams meetings has been great. In terms of recruitment and getting the right techs on board, I was always told from the start that's one of the key things. It's one of the hardest things, but if you get it right, it's one of the most beneficial things. So the support from the recruitment team at head office was superb from start to finish. Longer term goal is to have much more time once the business is expanded and set up, and bring more structure in with a view to doing less. If I'm being honest, obviously as you kind of near a retirement, you want to start thinking about things like that. So that's the longer term view, getting to a point where there's enough technicians, enough vans on the road that we've got that kind of team leadership piece coming in, more people brought in, expand into areas that can take more off our plate. Look into it, spend some time. It took 4 years to say, right, I'm doing this, but it never felt scary at any point. And it's the best thing I think I've ever done.